Hello fellow humans, my name is Michael. I'm the developer of the game Cube Kingdoms, which just launched into early access. In this video I want to show you the 4-year-long journey that it took to create this game. Cube Kingdoms is a medieval castle building game with an auto-battler fighting system and different layers for economy and defense. The core gameplay loop is similar to what you expect from an RTS game. Build your economy by placing things like lumberjacks, quarries and weapon productions. Additionally, you construct your castle in the defense view. They are separated from each other. On top of that, there is the overworld, which is basically a map. You can see enemies, trade and collect resources here. This idea came from the game Stronghold Kingdoms, and this is where it all began. If you don't know what Stronghold Kingdoms is, it is a MMORPG where you fight with other players over countries and cities. The gameplay works very similar to my game, but there is always the risk of you being defeated and losing all your progress while you are not playing. This is why I started my game. I wanted a game like Stronghold Kingdoms, but without the risk of losing all your progress at any moment. This is the first version of the game. There is not really anything here, just a main menu that doesn't even work. And some prefabs that I made. Don't ask me why I started with the menu. That's how it is, I guess. Doesn't really make sense. Let's skip 2 months ahead. As you can see, the menu is now working and I can enter the game, but it looks absolutely terrible. Textures are something, I guess. The cool thing is I can build stuff now. If I press it, the building appears, but I cannot move it. It appears at the center of the camera, but it stays there. There's also already the castle view. It works here, interesting. Because I made the game with mobile in mind, my first iteration of the build menu was using these two symbols to place the buildings, and there are different modi to place them. I scratched this later because it just didn't make sense for a PC game. There are also units in here, but I cannot recruit them. Let's see the overworld. But the overworld is also kind of working. Interesting. Oh yeah, nice. There's also enemy castles. What caught me by surprise is that there's already saving and loading in the game. So I made some good progress in the first 2 months. But let's see how it goes to continue. At some point I made this VR version of the game. I can't really show you any gameplay because I couldn't get it to run on my VR headset. But the thing was, you could take these objects with your left hand and place them down, and that's basically it. I didn't progress any further than that, but I still think it could be a cool idea, but VR games are even more difficult to get any attention to, so I scrapped the idea. This version is about 3/4 of a year later. I took a long break in between and I made a lot of progress before I made the next backup. As you can see here, this menu looks a lot like one of a mobile game because the game was meant to be played on mobile. This one is for changing the color of your units, and this one is for changing your flag. I integrated these two into the custom game and campaign menu. There's also a settings menu now, and this one is to delete your save file. At this point there was only one save file available, and yeah, I added different language support. And let's check in. The game looks a lot more like it does today. The textures are mostly the same as the ones that I use now. I just scaled them differently. There is your own castle here, and the main thing here is that at this point there was this production of things over time, but as you can see here, this shows how many wood this produces per hour, per real life hour, because the game was meant to be continuing after you leave it. So if we check this is 120 now. If we leave the game for a bit and leave it running, it basically simulates what happens while you were gone. And if you come back, you have to wait until the simulation is finished. As you can imagine, no player wants to wait until the simulation finished. Yeah, this was one simulation. I think it was like one per, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. And these are done now and start working. We produce 31.6 wood per hour. So this will take a while. There's also the castle view. Most of the buildings that are there today are still there. And by the way, this was the tutorial. I obviously changed this later. And the market was implemented, kinda. It seems to be a bit buggy, I think. Not sure. Yeah, I guess that's everything to show for this version. At this point, I've got pretty much burned out from Cube Kingdoms and I wanted to work on something different. I started to work on this project here for a few months. I call this Pack Souls. The idea was to be a Souls-like, where you have this Pack as a companion. I don't know why, but there are a billion errors in this project and I can't make it running again. This guy was following the player around and there were different attacks you could do, and this guy was supposed to be the first enemy and he also worked attacking. I guess the file's corrupted at some point. Maybe I can fix it if I start to work on it again, but I'm not sure. I really like the animation of the guy walking around, but I realized that this project was way too much work and I scrapped it. After the last clip of Cube Kingdoms, there has been over a year, and the reason for this is because I basically restarted the project, rewrote almost all of the code because it was a huge mess and was very annoying and frustrating to work with. This is the newest version of the game, the early access version, and as you can see, I completely changed the main menu. It's a lot more basic. The UI overall is a lot more basic. Many people don't like this, but I like it. I will probably change it in the future, but I've tried and I couldn't figure out any good solution that I liked. As you can see, there's now a custom game menu where you can select and deselect various things. You can choose your enemies. There are currently 4 AI enemies in the game, and there are many different maps to choose from. Every map has its own challenges. There's also this campaign where you can go through and beat some pre-made challenges. And yeah, that's basically where we are today. If you haven't, please consider wishlisting or buying the game. At the date of this video, there is a 40% discount for a few days. Hope you enjoy. Ciao. Like, comment and subscribe. Join our Discord.